This is the weirdest camera that I have ever shot. It's the IZM300 super zoom. It's a bridge camera from the 1980s, and today I'm in northern Thailand taking photos with it. It's over 30 years old, almost 40 years old, and I got it for 30 bucks on eBay. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the zoom on that. All right, so before we get started, I'm going to be photographing everything today with my favorite film stock, Kodak Gold 200. Just going to pop the door open, boom, and you can see where you put the film cassette right in here. I'm just going to load it in, and I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a little red mark in here. I'm going to pull the film up just like that, and then I'm going to close the door. My goal today is to take photos at all different photo lengths, all the way from 38 to 105. And this also has a macro setting, and I want to take some photos of some flowers and some textures, things like that. So let's go check it out. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice when you grab this camera is the little hand grip here. Most cameras, you know, they fit really nice and snug in your hand. Well, this one comes with this little strap, and it fits right around your hand here. I would say it's pretty essential. This thing's like a tank in my hands. For this first shot, I really like the way that this line goes straight down, and I've got leading lines going in towards the center of the composition. So I'm just gonna sort of, and maybe try and use the zoom. I'll probably hit this with like an 85-ish on the zoom, and let's see what we get. So taking the first photo is super comfortable. It's kind of hard to tell when the photo is taken. When you push the button down, it just gives this little quiet like sound, and you don't really know if the photo is being taken or not. Take a look at this shot here. I really like the way that these trees are framed through the leaves here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, beautiful. Got the birds. Such a beautiful day. Super hot, but really beautiful. Something I already like about this camera is the ability to use different focal lengths. You know, normally with a point and shoot, you just get one. Like my favorite Olympus AF1. It's at a 35 millimeter lens focal length. So shooting with this gives you a lot more options on the fly. The only thing is it's a little bulky. So if you are going to be shooting a camera that has a zoom on it, you might want to go with something like an SLR. But the convenience of this already is something I really appreciate. I really like how big this banana tree is. You got to check out these bananas. They're everywhere in Thailand, and they're just beautiful. You know, you really got to appreciate the nature out here. I mean, look at that. It's just gorgeous. I'm gonna try to zoom in on that, the macro, and see what we get. Beautiful day. Just beautiful. Wow, these are really beautiful. They're like cattails blowing in the wind here. I'm gonna try to get the macro on that. Now, something that's a little tricky with this camera is sometimes I gotta push the button like 4 or 5 times to get it to actually fire. And I think that is because the autofocus is searching. You gotta remember, this thing came out in the late 80s, so it either could be just a little old or the technology was still relatively new for the time. So just a heads up, if you do buy one of these, it hunts for a while to find its target. Come on. It is a very hot day. I don't know if you can see all that sweat, but holy crap, it's hot. Sorry, couple. Lots of farmers out today, and I don't know how they do it. I can usually only come outside for like an hour or so, but A lot of these Thai farmers are out for hours at a time in the blistering hot sun. It's amazing. So I really want you to take a look at the zoom on this thing. It's pretty slow, but definitely gets the job done. Pretty crazy camera, all in all. Gonna take a little hop over this fence, avoiding these fire ants. Don't know if you can see them. Because out here, looks like there's this beautiful little clearing. Could be perfect for this guy. Let's take a look. Look at that. Just beautiful. The little stream. Wow. While Thailand is super hot, if you go out, especially when the sun's going down, it can be very rewarding for a photographer. One of the aspects of this that I have to note is it feels very unreliable. It feels like at any moment it's gonna either just stop working or the photos just aren't gonna show up. And I won't know that until I get this developed, but I definitely wouldn't trust this thing. But yeah, for the first 10 photos or so, I can definitely say that I wouldn't be trusting this thing for any kind of a serious photo shoot that really mattered. So we're gonna take a little walk down here near the water, and you'll often come across little bamboo walkways like this across little bodies of water. Man, it's really peaceful out here. Okay, gonna try to frame up this water here. This zoom is ridiculous. Oh, we got a guy coming. Let's see if I can get him in the shot here. Try to frame him up. Oh wow, beautiful with the dog. Just awesome. Sawasdee krap. Sabadi mai. Krap om. So it's pretty normal having Thai farmers show up here, especially when I'm out and about trying to take photos. Look at this little crazy dog. Ma. Call Thai loop. So the boy and his family let me take some photos, and they're so sweet out here. Look at this little dog coming. How you doing, buddy? Come here. That's a lot of the dog, but it's such a good opportunity. You know, one of my favorite parts about coming out here is that you never know what you're gonna get. You never know if you're gonna run into animals, or dogs, or farmers, or snakes. There's always something new that God gives us. And once again, even though it's super, super hot out here, I think Thailand is one of my most favorite places in the world to photograph. See you, bro. All right, so after that little encounter with the family, it's now time to head out back on the trail. Let's do it. One thing that I've also got to let you know about this camera is zooming with one hand is impossible. This is a two-handed device. There's that little grip right here on the side that you can grip with your left hand, but trying to hold an action camera like this and also take photos is extremely difficult. Okay, so this is cool. So this is one of my favorite little areas where I walk, and it always reminds me of something out of like a painting. So I really like the way that the sun is framed through that tree right there. So I'm gonna see if I can get that. I also like this little hut right here with all the lime green rice coming in. I'm gonna try to nail that. Here's one at 105. And then I'm gonna try again at 38 so we could see the difference. Sawasdee krapผมขอถ่ายรูปได้ไหมครับ ครับ Gonna go with the 105 here. Look at this mask. 1 2 3 So like I said earlier, if you just ask people, 9 times out of 10, especially in Thailand, they are so cool with you taking their photo. In America, that's when I've run into trouble. But out here, it's a whole different story. And I'm so thankful for the people of Thailand. They're so sweet. So sweet. Kapung makap. Okay, so I know I touched on this a little bit earlier, but the shutter button is a real problem with this camera. Half the time I push it and I have no idea if it took a photo or not. And I've got to actually check the top of it on the little LCD to see if I've actually taken a photo or not. So just be warned that it's kind of a crapshoot when it comes to being able to tell if you've actually taken a photo with this thing or not. Just roll the dice, man. One thing I do like, however, is that you can focus and recompose. So I am a huge fan of half pressing the shutter button and then recomposing my shot and completing the press to get the photo that I want. I'm really used to being able to do that on my higher end Nikons, like my F5 and my F100, but it's really cool to be able to do that on a point and shoot. I really love the way the light is hitting fence line here, so I'm going to try and grab this. Kapo. We're coming up on some Thai buffaloes, and these guys are awesome. Let's see if I can get a quick pic of one of these guys. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. I think I'm sweatier than you are, bro. All right, that was the final shot. It's winding back. What a fitting place for the roll to be completed. Pop it open. There we go. What do you think, buddy? Can't eat that. My final thoughts after a day of shooting with it are, it's really plasticky and really bulky and kind of a piece of crap. But the results are pretty amazing. And if the photos turn out, which you will have already seen already, then I think this could be for you. If you're into old school nostalgic cameras and cameras that are a little weird and strange, you might want to give this one a go. If you need something more reliable and professional, then definitely avoid this camera. But it could be a good budget shooter, and I appreciate all of you guys going on this adventure with me. And if you like this kind of content with me just kind of walking around taking photos, then please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.